There's a mistake that so many people unwittingly make that stop them from achieving their goals and realising their ambitions and the New Year's resolutions that they've set for themselves. I know how to get around that mistake. I'm going to share it with you today. Hello there, my name is Peter Thomson. I'm the UK's most prolific information product creator, and over the last 27 years I've made hundreds and hundreds of videos, audios, PDFs, books, audio programs, you name it. And I've been very fortunate to interview over that period 172 successful people and learn from them their secrets of success. And in the course of all that research, I found out that there are three types of motivation. And I want to start today by talking about the main two and the mistake that people make, and then move on to the third one. And when we get the third one in play, wow, then success can almost be assured. So let's get going. Firstly, the two types of motivation and the mistake that people unwittingly make. Usually, what most people do is they get into action because of a problem that they've got. They're trying to move away from a problem, they feel that they're overweight, they're not fit enough, they're not wealthy enough, they're not whatever it might be enough. And those types of feelings are triggered when they try to do something. They run upstairs and they find they're out of breath at the top of the stairs. They look in the mirror and go, I'd like to be a different shape. They look at their bank balance and go, I need some more money, or I want some more money. And so this away motivation kicks in. Here's the expression that I wrote many years ago for this. Away motivation is the catalyst for action. And it is so true. However, and here comes the problem, it is only the catalyst for action. It is not the continuation of action. That's towards motivation. So away motivation is the catalyst for action. Towards motivation is the continuation of action. And here's the mistake. Usually people get into action because of this catalyst, because of away motivation, but then it runs out. Let me give you an idea. You'll know this idea for sure. Somebody joins the gym in early January, determined to be fitter, slimmer, stronger, whatever it might be. Come mid-February, they stop going. Common practice. Why? Well, this is why. Away motivation got them to join the gym in the first place, whether it was body shape, fitness levels, whatever it might be. It was away motivated. I know this. I wouldn't say it's everybody, but I've tested it, and it's most people are triggered by this away motivation. But of course, as that person gets a little bit slimmer, a little bit fitter, a little bit healthier, whatever it might be that they're wanting to get away from to, as they get towards it, the away motivation runs out, which is why it's only ever the catalyst for action. You see, let's say, for example, somebody was a particular level of fitness and they want to be fitter. In fact, what drove them was the fact that they didn't want to feel unfit. They get a little bit fitter and suddenly they're feeling better. So this away motivation has stopped working. Example, big block of ice, stood by it, cold. Move away from the ice, not quite so cold. It doesn't affect me anymore. The further I move away from the ice, the less cold I become. And this is the biggest challenge. So many people live their lives stuck in what's called the comfort zone. Why it's called the comfort zone, heaven only knows. I can't think of anything less comfortable. And the way they're living their life is like this. Everything is away motivated. They don't want to be too fit, but they don't want to be too unfit. They don't want to be too wealthy, but they don't want to be too poor. They don't want to be all these things. It's always away motivated. And of course, it keeps running out. That's why they're unhappy. Here's how we get around the mistake. We have to have goals. You've heard it 1,000 times from me, from loads of people. We've got to have goals. Why? Because towards motivation is the continuation of action. Away motivation gets us started. Towards motivation keeps us going. So let's go back to our person who's joined the gym. So they joined the gym in January. They've got some goals to be not something, and they've stopped not being it. So, of course, the motivation stops. If they now set a goal to be, do, have something, you know, it's always be, do, have, don't we? So be this type of person, do this type of thing, have this type of result. That's what keeps them going, because they're constantly moving towards the goal. I've often described it like this. Imagine this end is the ice, which I've talked about, and we move away. But over in the other end of the room, long room, there's a friend of mine. He's got a glass of something I like drinking, whether it's tea, whether it's alcohol, who knows what. He's got a great joke to tell me, and he's a great joke teller. And as I move towards him, this friend of mine, and I can think of the person it is, then I'm motivated to keep going, to get even closer, to get the warmth of the fire that's at that end, to get the friendship, to get the joke, to get the drink. That's towards motivation. Away motivation is the catalyst to action. Towards motivation is the continuation of action. Clear, isn't it? Now, number 3, the powerful one, really, really powerful one. The third reason that human beings take action, and it's this. It's reflex. You know, if you get something caught in your throat, you'll cough it up. If something upsets you, you'll be sick. If you get dust in your nose, you'll sneeze. If you see a tree falling, you'll jump back. It's a reflex now. I looked up the word reflex because I was really interested between the word reflex and another word, and I wanted to make sure that link was right. And the word that I had in my mind to go with reflex was habit. And this is what it said in the dictionary. I wrote it down here. It said reflex is any automatic, unthinking, often habitual behavior or response. And that's the key to this idea of motivation, is to make it a habit. So, for example, at the start of every day, I write a journal. It's triggered in my mind now. It's got an anchor. It's a habit. So I sit at my table, which is where I am at the moment, and on my left-hand side here, on a side table, is my journal. And so I automatically reach for it. In a cupboard just underneath is my 1 to 31, my tickler file. I reach for that and check for the day. And all of these things are habitual. I know people who are early morning runners and walkers have told me that they lay out their clothes at the side of the bed so that when they wake up in the morning and they look out the bed, whichever side they happen to be on, there are their exercising clothes ready to put on. It becomes a habit. So if you can create for yourself the habit of the actions that you need to take in order to achieve the goals that you set, the aspirations that you have, the resolutions that you may have made at this time of year, fantastic. This is what can keep you going on and on. Now, I know it's easy for me because I'm task oriented. If I look at my DISC profile, high DI, and that high D part of me means that I like tasks. I'm very comfortable doing tasks and doing that stuff that needs to be done. Very high I people sometimes, and high S people aren't like that. But if we can make it a habit, if we can make it a reflex that we do these things, then we can have all of the motivations working for us. We can have a away motivation getting us into action. We can have towards motivation keeping us going towards the action. And we can be taking the activities that make us achieve the end result by making sure it becomes a habit, a reflex. So we are anchored to whatever it happens to be, a situation, a person, whatever you decide it is to be, that gets you to take that action on a regular basis so that you take the steps to achieve the goal. After all, as you and I know, we cannot take responsibility for our results. There's too many variables. We can take responsibility for our actions because there aren't. So I hope that made sense for you. You can take these ideas away and use them. You can put them into action because this really does work. And I continue to wish you every success in all your adventures in life as you have freedom from whatever may have held you back and freedom to be, do and have whatever it is you set your heart and mind upon. If you've got any comments on this, just pop them down there. I look forward to the dialogue and the conversation, and I also look forward to seeing you on the next one. Until then, I wish you every success. Goodbye for now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. Then click to watch the next video. Remember to visit our website at peterthomson.com and download your free copy of my latest book, How to Write Your Business Book in 5 Days or Less. Until next time, every success.